In the thematic category mobility, that discursive formation encompassed statements about this physical capacity of the characters with a certain degree of corpulence. 17 passages were found that addressed the issue. All were indirect themes, that is, implicit associations. There was no discursive consistency in the excerpts. Half stated that such people have mobility difficulties, while half stated that their mobility is perfectly normal. When analyzing historicity, there was also an enunciative inconsistency, with recurrences of both types of statements regarding mobility. Regarding the number of themes, there was an average pattern of a theme every 2 years in the analyzed period. To illustrate this thematic category, 7 excerpts were selected. In the first of them, from the film Fairyland, from 1903, by Georges Méliès, the second soldier to come down the stairs, dressed in green and black. He is the only among soldiers who receives help to put on his armor, and then he is still pushed up the stairs above by the assistant, showing some degree of mobility difficulty in relation to the other soldiers. In the second section, by Alice Guy Black, in the film Uncourced Obstacle, from 1906, all the corridors managed to cross the small wall, jumping over it without great difficulties. One of them even performs an acrobatics over the short wall. Right after this corridor, at the end, comes a fatter man, who does not have the same facility as the others, sitting on the wall before jumping over it. In the third and fourth excerpts, from the films A Night and the Show, from 1915, and The Rink, from 1916, both by Charles Chaplin, the difficulty of mobility is highlighted in situations in which the burly character falls and is unable to stand up alone, unlike the Chaplin's skinny character, who stands up alone and tries to help the incapacitated. In the fifth and sixth excerpts, from the 1919 films Backstage and the 1919 The Haste, both by Roscoe Arbuckle, the chubby protagonist shows good mobility, dancing normally, despite stumbling and falling a few times. In the last excerpt selected to represent this thematic category, from the movie Should Married Men Go Home, from 1928, Laurel, the Thin, is leaving the friend's house and easily jumps the fence, without even using his hands to support himself. Soon after, in contrast to such mobility, Hardy, the fat man, tries to do the same, but although he supported his hands, he still cannot and still drops the small fence.